And now it's time for another installment of The Life, Times, and Travels of Sir Bryan Bowden. I recall a precarious time in the heart of the Romanian mountains. I was on my annual pilgrimage to Master Gregorius Rasputin in St. Petersburg when I received an urgent dispatch from my dear friend, Dr. Van Helsing. It seems he was desperate in need for my trekking prowess as a vastly large predator, using the Herbertscue forest as its den, had been feasting on the citizens of Batu. Never missing the call of the hunt, I pointed my carriage north and proceeded without haste. I arrived at dusk with a fire in my belly and what seemed to be an unquenchable thirst for libations. I tracked the aroma of fresh venison through the darkened alley to the golden light of the cock and balls. Your typical den brimming with the dregs of society and their whores. Upon entering, I was immediately greeted by my choice of mistress. I reeled away to the nearest table, lit by the years of candles and wishes long lost to the seas of time. Before I could rest my bones, there became a familiar cry separated by leagues of distance. "Lang may ye league reek," to which I replied, "Your best venison and a whiskey." Aye! I couldn't resist the challenge of the puzzle, and so I requested an explanation. "What's ye far from the highlands in such a den of disparities? Dinna mair for money, Monte Michaelmax a muckle. Where Jock and Thompson brands?" "True," I said, "we are all God's children, seeking more wealth and companionship, even if we are shackled for life." I replied with a resounding aye. I feasted in the flesh with an unholy enjoyment of the sacrament. As I lit my Cavendish, a perfect end to such a feast, the terror of the evening had begun. Like cannon blasts, the cries of fear rose up and filled the din. I quickly turned to view the courtyard, and in the shadows of the moon on high, man, woman, child, running and screaming in pure terror from the hound from hell. Without haste, I took leave of my carriage, as I had entered with only a burqa, and needed my trusty companion, Sir Gibbs, .505. Dashing through the alley, I tripped over an object which lay across my path. Upon getting settled, I took hold of the perpetrator of pain and spied the severed head of the young whore who called the alley a home. Her face had the beauty of a china doll, reminding me of my departed mother in the youth. Yet there was no time for Auld Lang Syne. A savage was on the hunt. My travels took me through a minefield of body parts. The closer I came to Sir Gibbs, the louder the screams of desperation and despair, which was nothing to the sounds of bones and flesh being feasted upon by the beast. One last corner, and I'd be home free. Yet when I reached the pass, I was confronted by the creature, a mere wickets away from my beating heart. Not wanting to give my position away to the enemy, I came to an abrupt halt. There I stood, mesmerized by the beast which filled my vista. Its stature matched Admiral Nelson and was surely 60 stone. The muscular mass moved in rhythm like the royal guard, and its teeth, scissors of perfection, with precision and purpose, made a swift task of the hunt. Its prey, a man of short stature, but very well endowed, gyrated with every taste. As the beast consumed the victim's genitals, an odd and rather disturbing event revealed before my eyes. The well-endowed penis of the man popped into midair and caught the attention of the creature, who followed it to the ground. Then he stopped his mid-bite, retrieved the item. With mouth and snout, he flipped it into the air, catching it in his jaws. The process repeated over and over. It seemed the perfect distraction to allow for my union with Sir Gibbs. Without haste, I inched closer and closer to my caravan. Every step seemed a marathon, yet I knew that my soul being in jeopardy, it was my impetus to get to Sir Gibbs. As I took the arm's length gate to salvation, the creature flipped the penis into the air. And then it happened. My foot caught squarely in an exposed femur, and as my weight came down, it popped as loud as a cannon. In the same instance, its mainly muse had come to fall at my feet. The distracted beast spun around and landed me a yard at my stand. The yellow of its eyes was unnerving. Its fangs slowly were revealed, as the loudest growl I've ever heard rang out like the bells of Notre Dame. The beast on its haunch slowly made its way in my direction. I was exposed, and my time had run its course. So it has come to this. Time to meet my maker or make my stand. And I chose the latter. In an instant, I bent to pick up the penis and started waggling it in the air, giving the full attention of the murderous monster. With my skill as an upperclassman bowler, I threw the manhood as far as the murder's wide. The beast began the pursuit, giving me mere seconds to Sir Gibbs. Without haste, I loaded the 505 cartridge, spun around and taking aim at the heart of the beast, which by this time was lunging forward. And with the force of an entire regiment, I hit squarely on point. The beast flew back, tumbling over and over, while I reloaded. Without fear, I ran forward on the hunt, placing the barrel into the beast's mouth. I committed the last rites. The rain of grain mat and blood painted the side of the chapel as the beast met its maker. I had lived another day. To be continued.